Hello flip noise users. Today we're going to be looking at creating an effect similar to that you can get if you DJ and you press stop and the CDJ break speed is set to slow down, or the vinyl deck slows down to a stop. You can also put it on the start to speed it up to the tempo that you've set it to, and we'll show you that in a minute. So this is the effect we're trying to get. Okay, so you can hear it there, normal speed, and you can actually see where it slows down. This is the pitch that slows down to nothing. So how do we get that? Okay, so I'm going to just, let's just create a new track and start again. So we're not going to save that. Don't save it. And we're just going to go to create an empty project, and we're going to create an audio track for now. We're going to go into the loops library just to demo this, and we're going to go for a beat. And we'll just find a piece of audio. Remember, green is MIDI, loops, blue is audio. Just going to grab, drop it in. Notice I've not dropped it on a track that's already been created. This is asking me, do I want to use the tempo of 161? So that's completely different to what I just auditioned it at. So yeah, let's use it at that. And it will set this to 161 virtually, just down there. If you said no, it would keep it at 130 or whatever we had it at. Now I'm just going to loop this just for the demonstration purposes. I don't need the top track there. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to pull this corner down, and I'm also going to, well, you could, if you wanted to, use that. I like to put my finger on Control and Alt and then use the arrow keys, and gives you more control there. Okay, so we'll listen to the drum beat. Should be quite fast. Okay, and okay, so first thing I want to show you over here, we want to go to this section, and you switch the inspector on to get that. If it's not on, click on the inspector, this comes up. You've got various menu. It does in fact change when you click on it. These are different settings, so you've either got track or region settings, and we're interested in the region settings, so the clip you want to work on needs to be highlighted. And then we've got various things. The fade is the first thing I want to show you. So we go on fade, okay, and you'll notice we can speed it up there. So you click on to speed up, okay, and then you just grab next to it and you can increase the curve. Alternatively, the way I like to do it, I like to go over to my tools. I like to go down to my fade tool, okay, and because it's in the second toolbox, that's the first toolbox, that's the second toolbox. The second toolbox only works when I hit command. So you can see my cursor changing there, okay, to the fader. It's called there, the fader tool. So it only changes when I click on it. And then I'm going to come right over here, and I'm going to grab it and put the fade on. Likewise at the end. So I mean, this wouldn't be exactly what we wanted to do, because it's going to just sound like I've a DJ and I've started the tune and then stop it straight away. But in a production, it sounds nice sometimes when you grab a big chunk of the track to slow it down before it kicks in on a breakdown or something. So here's what it sounds like. Right, now you notice on the second half it's a fade, it's a different colour, and this one is a sort of an orangey kind of creamy tinge. This one's a kind of grey bluey tinge, and that's because the speed up there is the fade in, and the fade out is still set to fade. Okay, so it is in fact fade now. If I want to move this one to fade in, this one turns bluey grey, and it just fades. Whereas if I put them to speed up and instead of fade out, slow down, and it's that simple. If you wanted to stretch it out, I could grab the fade tool and literally bend it around to give a different curve. So let's try that. Basically, it's going to start a bit quicker and then speed up to the, so it's going to basically start quite quickly. If it was like that, it'll be the opposite. It'll start slower and then speed up there. So let's have a listen to those. So maybe on the slowdown you could grab your fader tool, fade it that way. And that's more like, say, a Technics 1200 kind of stop. And that's just using that fade tool just there. Okay, the fade does stay there. The curve, sorry, stays there, even though when you switch it back to, if you wanted to put it to one of the others, if you wanted to fade in, it would still be there and fade out. So now the curves are still there, but they're going to do a fade this time, not the pitch. Hope that helps, and I'll see you again.